What is going, guys? Alex here and welcome back to my channel. So as per my last video, we are already done with the Akko vintage whites, and as promised, for today's video we'll be listening and taking a look at the Akko Lavender Purple. Now this is Akko's take on a budget tactile switch, and again, thank you Akko for sending them over. All of the links will be in the description down below. Please stay and stick around at the end of the sound test as I talk about my impression and opinion on the Switch. For now, please do enjoy the sound test. So that was the sound test for the Akko Lavender Purple. Please let me know on what you think about them on the comment section down below. I would love to talk to you guys. If you have any questions, just ask away in the comments. Before we talk about my opinion and impression on them, you know the drill. Let's break down the materials that was used on the Switch. Nothing really new here. Nylon was used on the bottom housing. Polycarbonate was used on the top housing, and then of course, you know it, palm was used for the stem. And then for the spring, it's 40 gram, and unlike the vintage whites, we have a normal size spring. Also, can we talk about how pretty this purple looks? The translucent purple and the shade of the stem and the bottom housing, it looks really good. So one thing to note, which I wasn't able to mention on the last video, was that these three new sets of the Akko CS switches don't have factory lube. And I like how they explained it as to why they didn't include it. So as per Akko, they do understand that it is always subjective when it comes down to the amount of lube that needs to be applied on a individual switch. And I guess it means to show that they somehow care and they do know that some factors on this hobby really boils down to preference. As you know guys, pre-factory lube switches tends to be a hit or miss. Some are inconsistent while some are fine, so kudos to Akko Gear for taking that into consideration. Now let's move on and talk about my own opinion and impression on the Akko Lavender Purple. A quick disclaimer guys, the sound and experience may vary depending on your build and board. I'm using a Vega 65 with a polycarbonate plate, PCB to plate foam, tape modded, and no case foam. The switches was slightly lubed with a 3203 and no film was used. Another disclaimer, I am no tactile expert as I've only tried 4 so far. So, my thoughts about the sound. It's clacky and I actually like it. As you know, I prefer high-pitched switches, whether it's a linear or a tactile, and this one brings it out on my Vega. I might give it more time in terms of usage. As you know, switches tend to sound better once broken in, and guys, going stock is not probably an option. There is a noticeable spring and lift ping. I highly suggest to lube them based on your preference. I lube mine lightly, avoiding the legs of the stem. Now for the feel. It has a sharp rounded bump, medium to light tactility that is quite similar to the Lumia switches, which I did a sound test on, so if you want guys, you can check it out. It is also light, so it has a snappy return. As far as I know, the spring is around 40 gram, which is really not for me. I find myself mistyping quite a lot, and considering it's kinda light, expect that you will bottom out fast. But with this being considered, the typing experience is still decent. I like the tactility, it's not that harsh for me, and I'm honestly surprised it's smooth and I didn't notice any scratchiness on the switch. So overall, it's a pretty decent switch. This is a great introduction to tactile switches as well. I must say it's a really good budget tactile. It sounds and feels okay. You just need to make sure that you lube them correctly to remove the ping from the leaf and the spring. So if you are looking to try a tactile with a budget, this one might be the best to go with. But if you are looking for alternatives to other well-known tactiles like the U4Ts, the Holy Pandas, and the T1s, this may not be it for you. I would suggest to save up if you want, but I will still consider this guys. I can see myself using them from time to time as I want to break them in to see if the feel and sound would improve at the longer use. That wraps up the video. I hope you like and enjoy. I had so much fun filming this. Again, a huge thank you to Akko Gear for sending them over. All of their links would be in the description down below. I also have the Radiant Red as the last one to try, so please watch out for that. And thank you guys for the support. The vintage white video is really doing well and I'm really surprised, but thank you guys. And I hope this one will too. But yeah, please don't forget to like the video, really helps out my channel. I think let's go and aim for 80 likes. I think we could do 80 likes guys. I believe in you, I believe in myself as well. So yeah, let's do 80 likes for this video. And if you want to see more guys, please subscribe, share if you like, and I'll see you guys on the next sound test. Peace.